Welcome to Focus Sport. This is the weekend preview show. Kia ora, I'm Kate Wells, and joining me today is Herald sports journalist Michael Burgess. So let's first take a look at what's coming up. It's a busy Friday of sport with the opening round of the Masters getting underway at Augusta National. The Highlanders host Moana Pacifica in Dunedin in Super Rugby Pacific, and the Warriors take on the Cowboys in the NRL. The football Ferns are also in action, taking on Trans-Tasman rivals Australia in Townsville. On Saturday, the Magic host the Steel in round 5 of netball's ANZ Premiership. The Wellington Phoenix take on Western United, and there's 2 Super Rugby Pacific matches, with the Hurricanes hosting the Crusaders and the Chiefs taking on the Blues. Looking forward to Sunday, the Stars return to the ANZ Premiership after a week off due to COVID to take on the Magic in Auckland. And Michael, the Masters is here. Tiger Woods is obviously the talk of Augusta National, making his return to tournament golf just 14 months after nearly losing a leg in a car crash. Can he win his 6th green jacket?
It's a remarkable story, Kate. That's what I will say. Some of us are old enough to remember 1986 Jack Nicklaus. He won his final major at the age of 46. And back then that was a big deal. How can a 46-year-old win a major? Tiger Woods, of course, is 46. Quite a nice symmetry. And it's been an amazing comeback story. We know the dramas he's been through, but he's not going to do it this time. It's not going to be the fairy tale that we saw in 2019. I just think there are too many other good golfers, and he's had quite a short run-up. I think if he can get to the final 2 days, that'd be wonderful. But I can't see him winning it this time. But he's still got a chance. I think he could still do it. Maybe more of a chance than, say, Roger Federer winning another major in tennis. So Tiger one day, but not this week. Yeah, and it was great to see him back in that hot pink shirt. So plenty of action to come. And to the NRL, the Warriors have won 2 on the trot. Can they extend their run to 3 in a row against the Cowboys? 3 in a row, Kate. We're getting excited. 3 in a row. I think the thing with the Warriors with this game is not can they, but I feel like they have to. They have to win. They've got some really tough games coming up. They have got the Roosters next week. They've got the Storm on Anzac Day. We all know what happens when they go to Melbourne on Anzac Day. They've also got Penrith in a few weeks. So these are the kind of games they have to bank these wins. The Cowboys have been good this year. They've definitely improved on last year. One thing for certain, it'll be close. Both games last year with this team, 2 teams, 2 points in it each time. It will be close, but I just think the influence of Sean Johnson, what he's provided, steadying influence, the spine's looking better, and most importantly, from what we saw against the Broncos, just they're looking much more defensively solid. If they get that right, then they should edge it against the Cowboys. And potentially no brawl this time, we would hope. And to football, the football Ferns are back in action, taking on the Aussies in the first of 2 matches. The Ferns are coming into the series off the back of a tough She Believes Cup campaign. And what will coach Jitka Klimkova want to get out of these games? I think the big thing for Jitka is what football Ferns team will we see, because when they played Korea at the end of last year, they looked really good against a good Asian team. They had a close loss and then had a breakthrough 2-0 win. We're all getting excited. This team has turned a corner. But as you mentioned, they go to the She Believes Cup and they really performed way down on their potential. So they have to rebound. Talking to Jitka this week, she's confident in what she's seen so far, and playing Australia is always special. That'll bring out the best in them. Here's a stat for you. They haven't beaten Australia since 1994, 31 attempts. So Australia will be favourites, but Australia are a bit vulnerable too, because they're coming off a surprise loss in the Asian Cup. They lost in the quarterfinals to South Korea. So what you want to see from the football Ferns is just more in the final third. More in the final third, and just defensively a bit more solid on the flanks, and that'll go a long way to perhaps getting a result or at least a convincing performance. Yeah, history could be made tonight. History could be made. We'll have to wait and see. And the Phoenix are up against second place Western United, coming off consecutive heavy defeats. It's been a tough time for the Knicks, losing both skipper Alex Rufer and Clayton Lewis. Can they turn things around? Yeah, I mean, tough is probably an understatement. A 6-0 loss, a 5-0 loss. Normally with that sort of result, would be standing here saying, oh, the Phoenix are probably gone for the season, they're in crisis. I don't think this is the case. We all know what they've been through. They've had COVID outbreaks, they've had games sort of every 3 or 4 days. They've had those 2 injuries you mentioned. So they have been through so much. At times it's felt like it's the Phoenix Academy playing, not the Phoenix. But they are made of good stuff. They are definitely a top 6 team. I just hope they get the chance to make the finals and prove it. And against Western United, I think even just getting a draw will be something. They need to stop this negative momentum. They can certainly do it. They've got enough quality and enough spirit in this group.
Thanks for joining me. It's been great to have your insight as always, Michael.
I've been waiting for the invite. It's great to be here.
I'm Kate Wells and this has been the Focus Sport Weekend Preview Show.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. To stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald, click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.